Welcome back to another video, friends. Today I want to talk about a very common topic, how to come to Canada in 2020. So there was a recent express entry draw which has happened and the cutoff score was 478. So there was an announcement also made for the change in the CRS calculation. Many of you would be wondering that if that change is going to affect how your CRS is calculated. If you are already in the express entry pool system, then you might be wondering that how that announcement is going to affect your CRS. We'll look about it in this video. As well, we is not going to make this video a very common like how to come to Canada, but rather we will see there are two common ways which mostly everyone is currently preferring, that is express entry system and or a provincial nominee program. So for these both systems there is a ranking system which is called as comprehensive ranking system. That's what I was talking about, is called the CRS. We'll see how different factors that contribute to the CRS scoring. We'll also see what is the golden score CRS you need to get or you need to achieve if you, in order to get a sure shot in the next invitation. I'll tell what is the score as well, and I'll also talk about what are the different criterias to get the score and what are the different probabilities that you should have in order to get the golden score in this current 2020 situation. Talking about the announcement, many people thought that it's going to affect the express entry score for the current applicants, but that's not the case. In my opinion, this is more focused for the French speakers, because if you see the announcement and if you read the conditions for the extra score, it is like need to clear 7 in the French speaking test as well as they need to clear CLB 4 or 5 in the English test combined, so for them to get 25 or 50 points. So in my opinion, there are less number of French speaking applicants in express entry pool when compared to the amount of English speaking applicants, so there won't be much significant increase in this because of this change. That's my opinion. So moving on to the next topic that we want to talk about is how to come to Canada. We'll talk about express entry profile and provincial nomination program are the two ways which you can come. So in provincial nomination program, it's just that you have to apply for different provinces separately, but still you have to create an express entry profile. That's the first step. So apart from that, in provincial nomination program, you have to apply, as I said, you have to apply to different provinces based on what are the provinces requirements. You need to dig deep into the each province requirements. Suppose there might be the let's say different provinces have their own different requirements for the job that they are providing, or what's the demand of job in that province. Based on that, they might have different requirements. So you need to gather those requirements and see how you best fit in that, and then you can apply for that province, or even you can apply separately. Along with that, you need to create an express entry profile. From that as well, they might choose if you are best fit for, or if they have some job in demand, they might see your profile and see that you might be fitting into the job, and then they would send a nomination to you. If you get a nomination, you would get a 600 extra points for you to go beyond the normal regular cutoff score in the express entry system. Easier to get an invitation through this way. So this is specifically for that purpose, the provincial nomination program. But apart from that, express entry is the main streamline where everyone gets applied and then everyone stays in the pool. So we'll much talk about express entry pool. Express entry system, there are totally 3 programs. So one is Federal Skilled Workers program, and the second is Federal Skilled Trades program, and third is for Canadian Experience class. The first one is mostly for the people who are in professional jobs or managerial jobs, or who has like in IT or any other professional jobs. Second is for mostly if you are in industrial jobs or a plumbing or mechanical, any skill based job, skill trades job they call it. So if you are in these kind of jobs, and the second means or the program is to apply into the express entry system. So and the third one is the Canadian Experience class. You need to have at least 1 year of work experience in Canada. In all these programs, there are basic eligibility criteria which you need to match. Is based on your education, your score of the IELTS, that's what is calculated. And then there are different other factors. So there is a tool in a website which you can use to see if you are eligible. You need to get at least 67. Apart from this, you will be scored on different categories like age, your job experience, your education qualification, if you are coming with your spouse age and education qualification and language ability. Based on all this, they will calculate a score for you, put you into that pool of all the candidates. So all candidates who apply in these 3 different programs come into the same pool, and then you will be picked based on the cutoff express entry. The top 3000 or 4500 decided for that express entry round. They will do a pick from those pools, and whoever gets the, like, whoever comes within the number of candidates they want to pick, so that would be the least cutoff for that round. So that's how the express entry system works. So the current express entry system cutoff score which you need to get is called the golden score, which would be 471. If you manage to get 471 as your CRS score, then there is high chance that you might get invited in the next draw or the subsequent draws, even if not in the next draw, because there are different factors which affect each draw. But 471 is like a standard golden score that if you have that, definitely there is a chance for you to get invited in the subsequent draws as well. So we are going to see what are the different ways you can achieve that 471 score, because there are very specific skills, age and education and language test score you need to have to get this 471 or above. We will see what are those different criterias which will allow you to get 471. So I picked up 4 scenarios based on calculation in the CRS tool. CRS tool means Comprehensive Ranking System Tool. There is a link for that which is provided by the IRCC website. So I will give that link as well in the description. Plus I will show you what is CSB is Canadian Language Benchmark. So if you get a particular score in IELTS, let's say you get 8777, that's considered as CLB 9 according to Canadian Language Benchmark standard. These are the 2 terms I'm going to talk about frequently. We start with the 4 different scenarios. I just want to make clear that these are the 4 scenarios I came up with. There might be different scenarios which might get you 471 and above. So I highly recommend you guys to go and use the CRS tool with different combinations which would suit your lifestyle or based on your current situation. So first scenario what we are going to talk about is you should be between the age of 20 to 29, because that's when you get the most score. It's 110 without spouse and 100 with spouse. So these are the maximum scores you will get for your age, 20 to 29. So let's say that if you are around 25 to 29, you have a master's degree. So that's the best scenario or the best time to apply for the express entry system currently. With your age 25 to 29 and a master's degree and CLB 9 is going to definitely get you 471 score. This is not going to work if you have just bachelor's. You need to have master's. CLB 9 is very compulsory, because without CLB 9, even if you have master's, it's not going to work, and you should be between 25 to 29. If you have crossed 30, that's another scenario I'll talk next. So this is the first scenario. You need to definitely have this CLB 9, masters and 25 to 29 to get 472 score, which is 471 and above the golden score which you need to get the invitation. So if you are married, then there is another couple of things you need to see. If your spouse is going to accompany you, then a spouse should have a bachelor's or a master's degree, then there is a chance. But again, there is a language test for your spouse as well which she need to take, and she should be having CLB 9. If suppose, let's say, she's not accompanying you and you're planning to put her as not accompanying, and then once you come here you're going to sponsor her, that's another possibility. You can go and check what is the score. If that's how you're going to plan for your express entry profile, that's even a possibility. You can try that as well, but I haven't checked what the score is. If like you selected that she's spouse is going to accompany you to Canada, then the scenario is like she should have CLB 9. For masters you will get 473 score. So this is the 2 scenarios for the age 25 to 29, or let's say 20 to 29. The next is if you are 30. Now above 30 there is currently, if you want to get 471, even with different permutation combination, I tried maximum that there is no option for you to get 471 and above, unless let's say for the new, if you have a French experience, or if you have a Canadian experience, a working experience, or if you have a spouse or a brother or a blood relation in Canada, maybe you can try those different scenarios to see if you can get 471. I haven't tried that. The next scenario we'll talk about is if you are 30. So talking about 30, there is only one extra option or extra step we need to take. in the language, because rest everything is a fixed, like you will have a master's degree. If you don't have master's degree, then it's not worth spending time and effort in getting a master's degree. And if you are age 30 already, you can't do anything much about it. So the only thing which you can score is the language test, and for 30 years of age you need to have CLB 9, plus you need to have 8 above in all the listening, speaking and reading, except for writing. If you get writing as well, then if you get writing 7.5, then it's go to CLB 10. So you don't need to get 7.5, but this is not CLB 9 as well, because you need to get CLB 9 is just 8 in listening and 7 in rest of other skills, but this is not the case. You need to get more than 8 plus in all 3 sections, like reading, listening and speaking, except for writing, which you can get 7. So if you have a master's, age is 30, and you have the score CLB 9 plus these extra points I said, then you will get 473 if your spouse is not accompanying or you are not married. So if you are married and at 30, then the option is you need to get CLB 9 and whatever I said, like 8 above in all the sections of reading, speaking and listening. You should have master's degree. Your wife can have bachelor's degree, plus she need to have at least CLB 8 or 9. If she gets, it's very good. If she can at least get CLB 8 and a bachelor's degree, and you're going to get more than 472, I think. So that's the other option for a wife spouse accompanies you to come to Canada. So this is what I wanted to discuss today. There might be different other permutations and combinations to get this right score, but this is what 4 scenarios which is more common, and I wanted to talk about that today. If you're thinking you can do different permutation and combinations, sure, go ahead and try and then let me know in the comments so that I might get to know about it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact or post your questions in the comments. I'll try to get back to you with your answer. Thanks for watching the video.